What happened when you were 45?
Yeah, I had a heart infarction. So that's a heart attack. When I was in the hospital, they put in the stents, and the cardiologist, he told me I had the arteries of a 75-year-old.
I had 3 heart attacks within 18 months. I was feeling lack of motivation. I thought, I just don't want to grow old and be in this position.
So 2 years ago, I had a heart attack and I had a heart stent placed. And since my heart attack, my legs didn't work. I walked around like a baby deer with wobbly legs. They were super sensitive, and my feet, knees, and legs, they hurt all of the time.
I died of a massive heart attack due to a pulmonary embolism that had migrated from my lung to my heart. I realized very quickly on that I couldn't lift my arms, I couldn't move my legs. Even my speech was so impeded that I really I was terrified.
And the first time I put on the patch, I thought, wow, what is happening here? And I've noticed a lot of difference in my health.
I was able to wean off all my medication. Recently, my internal age was measured again. Remember, they told me 75 at 47. And now I'm 66, and my internal age is now measured at about 37, 38 years old.
So at day 60 of using the stem cell technology, I noticed that I felt very, very different. Something deep inside my body was changing. My legs were stable and working properly, and all of the swelling in my legs, feet, and body was gone.
And he shut the door and he said, look, if I didn't actually physically know that I put these stents into your heart, I don't have any evidence you had this heart attack.
And that means that, there is some muscle in your heart dying. Wow. And your heart function goes down. And it was caused, in my case, because when there is too little blood flow into certain areas of the heart, that particular tissue will die. And that's because your arteries, in my case, 3 arteries were blocked, and one 80%, and there was a blockage after that of 100%. And on the other side of the heart, there was a blockage of 90%. They opened that with stents. So I have 3 stents in my heart already since now 18 years. So I'm now 66. And when I was in the hospital, they put in the stents. I was talking during that operation because you're not sedated or whatever. And the cardiologist, he told me I had the arteries of a 75-year-old. And that was because I had a little bit of a congenital issue with cholesterol. I didn't break cholesterol. I didn't metabolize it correctly. So my cholesterol levels were extremely high. I mean, extremely high, 3-4 times too high. Not borderline too high, but really too high. So I was stented, and I got the message that I had to take medication for the rest of my life. So long story short, after about 10 years, these medications caused serious side effects. At least I took them serious, like eczema on my skin. And I basically, after 10 years, I had to change all my medication every 6 to 9 months. But after studying these patches and this type of, let's call it modality, because we're probably not allowed to say therapy. But after studying this modality as a pharmacologist, I was really intrigued and surprised that I didn't hear about it before. So I started to put these patches on, and lo and behold, my side effects went away almost after a month completely. So I was really happy about that. So I thought, oh, this is a nice add-on. But I start feeling much better because this whole stem cell story is, of course, not only working for my heart, but it's working, or for my skin, it's working basically everywhere. So I improved in a lot of areas. And I thought at a certain moment, okay, let's talk with the cardiologist and get me off the drugs, or at least try to get me off the drugs. And after 3 months, something like that, I was able to wean off all my medication, and I'm off medication. I don't know how long ago did I start with the patches, 2.5 years. So I'm off all my medication. Recently, my internal age was measured again. Remember, they told me 75 at 47. And now I'm 66, and my internal age is now measured at about 37, 38 years old. So I'm like, I reversed my internal age, I think and it makes sense. I mean, you heal with the stem cells, and after you're in a pretty good condition, you start reversing your internal age because you replace your cells with younger, healthier cells made by these better, more potent stem cells that are in your body.
Lifewave journey, I suppose, happened quite a few years ago when I had 3 heart attacks within 18 months. The third one, I thought, I have to do something drastic. At that point, I changed all my eating habits, and I just thought, these drugs are not making me feel any better. I was feeling lack of motivation. I thought, I just don't want to grow old and be in this position. So I started working on the patches, and I was out in the yard one day. I worked for 8 hours, getting refreshments and all, but 8 hours pulling weeds, pushing stuff around, lifting, planting. I'm 83 years old. I thought I should not be doing this, but I wasn't tired. I thought, I'm going to be stiff in the morning. I was not stiff at all.
As far as your heart goes, how's everything with that? You've been using patches?
I'm listening to my body. I've never been good at taking my medication on time, but anyway, I'm where I'm at, and I listened to my body, and I told my doctor that. I said, I don't like these, the way they make me feel. I'm going to listen to my body. If my body says take something, I'll take it. Now with the patches, I am feeling secure. It's brought me a feeling of security in that area. When you have one heart and it's kind of acting up on you, you kind of get into an area of fear. I'm not in fear with that anymore. I'm just not.
So 2 years ago, I had a heart attack and I had a heart stent placed. I also had severe bruising from the cardiac blood thinners, and I had bruises all over my body continually. I suffered from restless leg syndrome. And since my heart attack, my legs didn't work. I walked around like a baby deer with wobbly legs. They were super sensitive, and my feet, knees, and legs, they hurt all of the time. My brain was struggling. I had extensive brain fog and memory loss. I was forgetting words, and I couldn't finish complex sentences. And I was struggling to reason and to think clearly. So I started the stem cell technology on October the 25th of 2022. And after 7 days, I went for my pedicure, right? And I was bracing myself for the pain, and there was no pain. Well, that was different. And I noticed too that the bruising from my blood thinners wasn't quite as bad. And I kind of felt a little bit better. So at day 60 of using the stem cell technology, I noticed that I felt very, very different. Something deep inside my body was changing. My legs were stable and working properly, and all of the swelling in my legs, feet, and body was gone. I was sleeping soundly through the night naturally, so I got rid of all of the sleep aids. My brain fog was gone. I was thinking and reasoning clearly, and my memory was excellent. I was even experiencing some photographic memory episodes, and that had never happened to me before. And I was articulate, and I was using words in my vocabulary that were long, and I had forgotten that those words even existed 60 days before. So I was really excited about that. My autoimmune symptoms were also not as severe, and the butterfly rash on my face was almost completely gone. The electrical shocks that I had been experiencing in my legs and in my thigh, that was gone. And any pain breakouts from my autoimmune illness, it was gone in a few days instead of a few months. The Charlie horse leg cramps and the restless leg syndrome pain was gone. The heartburn and pain in my esophagus was gone. The bruising from my blood thinners was gone. Also, the X49 helps the brain and the heart, which are the two biggest family medical history challenges that I'm trying to prevent. So I've been on the patches for 4 months and 10 days. And now I'm seeing the muscle definition in my calves and my legs and my arms. And I can feel it in my abdomen underneath. I still have fat to lose, right? But I can feel the muscles tightening and firming in my abdomen. That's really exciting for me. You know, my skin is changing, the collagen is stronger, and the wrinkles are less prominent. The skin in my whole face and body is tighter. I just feel like 10 years younger, and I'm so filled with hope and joy and happiness.
March 23rd of 2018, I suffered a catastrophic health event. I literally, I died of a massive heart attack due to a pulmonary embolism that had migrated from my lung to my heart. I have no history of heart disease, no history of any type of blood illness, LDL problems, HDL problems, cholesterol problems, no symptoms of anything leading up to it. And by the grace and mercy of God, I'm here before you. I can talk to you. I'm not permanently disabled. It's kind of incredible that I'm here at all. And 5.5 months of therapy, I was able to walk out of that hospital. Certainly not in anywhere close to what I remember, but I was able to walk. I was able to talk. I also suffered from some muscle atrophy, from some heart stuff that was left over from the event, blood panel issues, kidney liver function issues. So yes, I was out of the hospital, but I still had a lot of work to do. And the immediate results of only having the patch on for some 8 hours, I had very poor sleep patterns. I hadn't really slept more than about 2 hours at a time in about 30 plus years. I enjoyed a glorious, uninterrupted 6 hours of sleep. I couldn't even remember what that was like. I'd only been patched for about 3 weeks, and I was enjoying this incredible sense of well-being. I don't know euphoria, because that leads people to think about drugs, but it was truly like, I felt like a different person. I had energy I hadn't had in a long time. So I thought to myself, I said, yeah, you know what? I'm going to go test this out and see what I'm capable of. The final set of the entire 2.5 workout, I was able to leg press 1,440 pounds for about 12 repetitions. I don't know too many human beings that are capable of that. And that was just 3 weeks into it. Now I'm going on 3 months, and it's just getting better. The quality of life that I've enjoyed from these patches is exponential. I just had my year cardiovascular checkup, and this was really where the rubber met the road for me. I had a full workup, blood panels, EKG, ultrasound, stress tests, everything. And I was a little nervous, obviously, because I wasn't really out of the woods entirely. And of course, my cardiologist, I finished all the testing, and he said, he goes, I need to take you in my office and talk to you. And I was like, oh, come on. Like, I was really a little nervous. And he shut the door, and he said, look, if I didn't actually physically know that I put these stents into your heart, I don't have any evidence you had this heart attack. Your blood panels came back completely normal. No elevated liver or kidney functions, LDL, HDL, blood pressure, heart rates, everything is perfect. And I was just like, because I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life on medication. I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life worrying that this could happen again. And that's not the case. And it is, I can only attribute it to this, because I've done nothing else.